Welcome to the live stream. James with Team Finish Strong here tonight. And for the first time in a while, I'm going to be doing some Zwifting here without entering any formal events. So I figured I'd just relax and kind of do some free play tonight. Have you guys come along. What I'm planning on doing tonight is just a light sprint session. I'm looking to do maybe 2 or 3 sprints, probably 30-second or less sprints, just to keep my form up. I have not really had a lot of opportunity to do some focused sprint training in the past, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So this will be a good opportunity for me. And feel free, if you have any questions for me, jump on in the chat. Be happy to answer them. If you're looking to improve your sprint, I can give you some tips based off of some of the things that I have learned, particularly on the in real life version, because that is so much more technical than sprinting in Zwift. Sprinting in Zwift basically comes down to making sure your trainer's hooked in properly, you're clipped in good, and that you know how to spring well. And that may differ from one trainer to the next. But and there is some element of timing involved, as well as gear selection. So I guess I could probably cover that first. For me, I find in Zwift that I get the most bang for the buck when I'm already probably doing a couple hundred watts or more, preferably about 300 watts or more, and in a gear where I'm doing about maybe 95 cadence, maybe even closer to 100 RPM. And all right, I unlocked something. I don't know what it is, but I'll find out. And I'm just gonna turn around here. Oops, we are not connected to the keyboard. There we go, because I'm not quite ready to do my sprint. I want to warm up just a little bit more. But so for me, I find starting my sprint in a situation where I'm already at about 95 to 100 RPM, and then kicking it down about 3 gears gets me at about the right amount of resistance that I need to hammer out some good watts. So, oh, look at that. I've moved. You guys can't even see Zwift. How about that? That's how it works in the streaming world when you don't know what you're doing. Now, I am still learning. I've only been streaming for about a year. So some of these keyboard shortcuts are still new to me. And I've got a couple of different monitors set up here. The main monitors for my game for Zwift. So if I'm in the wrong screen, the keyboard shortcut does something different. In this case, I moved on my stream there. So what I'm looking to do for my first sprint is I'm going to see if I can get, well, I'm in there doing the reverse here. Let's see. Okay, now we're facing the right direction. I'm looking to do, well, now I can't see it. The reverse sprint over the bridge, which comes right after the S's. So I'm going to get set up and get ready for that. We'll see if I can get myself my first jersey of the night. It'd be awesome if I had arrow power up for this, but I'm hoping I won't need it. And you know what? I forgot to do one critical thing, and that is I forgot to calibrate my pedals. So if I don't do that, this will be somewhat of a moot exercise. So For those of you who are looking to sprint in Zwift, one of the things that you can do to improve your chances of having a great sprint and a responsive sprint is to use a cycle-based power meter. It could be some pedals, could be a hub, could be a crank. But when you use those as opposed to some of these direct drive trainers, you're going to get the fastest response. And in comparison to my trainer, which is an Elite Diretto, I will actually get more accurate watts using my, my pedals. So by calibrating them, having them straight, okay, they're calibrated, and having them calibrated and using my pedals is going to give me the best possible sprint in Zwift. All right. Okay, back to what we were doing here. It's not often I get to see BSs at low speed here. You get to appreciate more of the scenery. Now I'm still trying to figure out how to get my YouTube channel working again. It's been having some problems. Haven't been able to live stream to YouTube in, I guess, about a week now. So I'm going to have to work on that. For those of you who do see me on YouTube, you may want to hop over to Twitch and follow me there, and get set up for notifications there so that you can catch it. You can catch my live streams. All right. Time to get some watts down here. Normally you want to carry a good bit of speed through these S's so you don't have to push a lot of watts coming into the sprint. So we'll see. Oh, looks like someone just got the reverse sprint. Well, I hope I don't. Anyhow, I'm looking to take it from him. What can I say? He's pushing some good watts though there. He might have set a very high bar tonight. So we'll see. 12.96. I think I can do that. All right. I'm ready for my first one here. The legs are warmed up enough. We got it. Whew. That'll get the heart pumping. And then usually I'll spin out the legs for about 5 minutes and see if I'm going to do 1 or 2 more. That one was pretty good. All right, Larry. Was that fast enough, buddy? Doing some sprint training tonight. So, so that sprint went pretty well. I set up into it about 5 seconds before the start of the time segment. And my setup basically involves shifting down to three gears harder and pulling and pushing on those pedals as hard as you can. It's going to be really low cadence to start with, but then as you accelerate, it'll come up to hopefully at or over 105 or 110 RPM. And the better you get at your sprints, or the more fast twitch muscle fibers you got, the higher the RPM you'll be able to reach. Of course, as you fatigue, you'll also pedal slower too. So I won't really know until I check this out after the fact what my stats were, but it felt like I had good power. So chances are my RPMs were pretty good too for that particular one. I think I'm going to go straight over the KOM, and probably going to do the 30-second sprint out at Fuego Flats, and I'll call it a night there. I'm going to try to troubleshoot this YouTube. So if any of you are Restream experts out there, want to give me a shout out, let me know how to do the how to troubleshoot some of these multi-streams. I really would appreciate it, because it's I'm a tech guy, but it's all new interfaces. Not really sure what the result is. I'm trying to look here. Okay, that's Fuego Flats reverse. Okay, so we'll just have to wait and see when we get out there what the jersey is. So if you're a sprinter, this is usually the best way to try to get the Triple Crown, if you know what I mean, where you get the triple jersey. Apparently in Zwift, as you acquire more jerseys simultaneously, Zwift will mix the jerseys together, and you'll have a blended effect. I think that happens up to 3 jerseys. So I have no chance at this KOM, so I'm not even going to try. I'm going to see if I can get that other jersey out there on Fuego Flats. So feel free to holler in the chat if you have any questions, any thoughts about Zwift, any tips you'd like me to share. I guess let me go into a little more detail about in real life sprints, the mechanics of it. Of course, race tactics are huge in any sprint situation. Setting yourself up, not really coming into the sprint first, but maybe at least third wheel, or maybe even fourth wheel if there's a really tight pack coming to the finish. And picking the timing, getting that jump before other folks, and enough of a jump that you can create some separation is key to giving yourself the best chance. And then knowing yourself. Are you a long sprinter? Do you excel at those 30-second sprints? Or are you a 300-meter guy or gal? Or do you like to keep your sprints short, 200 or less? So knowing where you're best at striking from helps the timing too. And there's other factors too. But besides those, some of the mechanics in real life you definitely need to consider is making sure you have good equipment. It's a scary thing to watch folks in some of these race videos lose it in a sprint. Something breaks or falls off, or more commonly, they just come unclipped. But coming unclipped can be just as disastrous. And I have come unclipped a few occasions, not in racing situations, but in training situations. And thankfully, I have not gone down in any of those situations. But one time that I came unclipped, my foot came down into my rear wheel and took out a spoke. So that knocked my race wheels out of commission for a little while until I could get it fixed. And it might be the reason why my gears won't index 100% these days correctly. I have one gear, and you'll hear it on some of my live streams, just clicks and clicks and clicks. And I found a way to get around it without having to get it fixed. But probably was a result of one of those sprint fails that I had. So making sure you've got really good shoes that are nice and tight, they're not loose, so that you're not going to lose any power in the play, in your cleats, or inside of your shoe. That's why you'll see a lot of sprinters do this before they get ready for their sprint. They're tightening up their shoes to make sure that they're going to deliver power well. And making sure that your pedal is got the proper tension for a sprint. By default, I will tell you, look compatible pedals, look me up, paddle pedals do not come out of the box tensioned properly for even, I think, an average sprinter. So you have to, out of the box, adjust them pretty close to maximum, or maximum if you're a good sprinter. In fact, there may be other brands and styles of pedals that are better suited for sprinting than the Look Neo type. But it's what I have, it's what I'm using, and while it's imperfect, it's served me well. And I highly recommend that if you are going to do some outdoor sprinting sessions on anything that's new, hardware-wise, you put on a new set of cleats, new set of shoes, new pedals, you're retensioning your pedals, anything that's involved in the sprint, it's best to take your bike into a trainer setting and try your sprint out there first. See if anything comes uncorked while you're on a trainer. A recent sprint I did in a Zwift event, I did come unclipped on one side towards the end of the sprint. So, better to find that out here than outdoors. So aside from those things, the preparation, generally speaking, your unique needs as a sprinter is going to vary depending on what type of sprinter you are. Are you a really powerful sprinter? Are you a beginner sprinter? It'll determine the type of sprint training you might want to do. You might be better off doing some low cadence hill reps to start off with from a standing position, just to start getting familiar with the form of a sprint before you actually, it'd be nice if I got the aero power. That'd be so awesome. All right, there we go. So it'd be nice to get, your unique needs are going to vary. For me, right now, if I want to do a harder session, I'll probably do 3 or more 300-meter sprints. Maybe going a little bit longer than I normally would do in a race setting, so I'll have the endurance to go to the distance. So I'll usually do 3 sprints with at least a minimum of 5 minutes in between sprints to get all the lactate out, be set up and ready for the next set. And if you're a strong sprinter, you may want to do more sets. If you want to work on form, then you might scale back your power and just concentrate on your position on the bike, your pedal stroke, your gear selection. Those are the things you want to try to work out first before you go for sheer power. Because if your form isn't right, then you are going to be burning into muscle memory bad form. And that's harder to overcome than simply improving in your fitness. So it's good to work on your form. There are some great videos out there that show some suggestions on how to work on your form. And I would encourage you to check those out. So form is important. Timing is important, very, very important. That only comes really with experience. Knowing what you're capable of, maybe knowing some of your competition, your fatigue level, all of those come into play. I know for me, when I'm more fatigued, I'll try to hold my cards to the very end. Not be the first one to sprint, and then just try to beat them. Whoever goes first. And being in the B category, in a lot of the races where I end up with a few different individuals that I'm coming to the line with, I usually got a pretty good sprint in comparison to some of those folks, and it usually works out well for the most part. Not to say I have the best sprint in the B category, I definitely don't. But since I'm not very competitive from an FTP standpoint with the best sprinters, typically I find myself coming to the line with folks that typically aren't sprinters. So that sort of helps. But so timing is extremely important. I think any chance, if you feel that sprinting is a discipline that you want to pursue and improve upon, sprinting any chance you can in an event, no matter how fatigued you are, is definitely going to help. Training your muscles to handle fatigue and just the mental discipline that's required to sprint and push through that while severely fatigued is extremely helpful. Extremely helpful, especially on Zwift. Because generally speaking, the non-sprinters will try to make it not possible for you to sprint. They will try to destroy you long before you get within striking range of the finish line. So, you know, if that's your card you want to play, you've got to be able to hang on and still be able to use that at the end. Speaking of the end, we're getting close here to my second and final sprint of the night. So Fuego Flat Sprint is a long one, 30 plus seconds, sometimes close to 40 seconds, depending on how fatigued you are. And so it's hard. Hardest sprint probably out there in the game. So I'm going to give this bad boy a try. I have no idea if I even have a chance at it. Probably got to be 35 seconds and over for me to have a chance at the jersey. I'm not sure. Did I lose the jersey? I'm not sure if I lost the jersey or not. Let me see. No, I still got it. Okay. Okay. I'll tell you, sprint practice takes a lot out of your legs. It is it's surprising how little volume you do when you ratchet up the intensity as much as you do when you sprint. Your volume, in terms of power and distance, you're just not really, it's not, don't look to set any FTP records, we'll just say, during the sprint workout. All right. We're about a minute from the start of the official sprint zone. So we're going to give this a try. Done about 8 miles today. I might finish up with a little cool down and get rounded out to about 10 miles tonight. And we'll call it a night. I won't keep you guys in the stream for very long after this sprint. I may just do a little bit of stream troubleshooting at the end. So if you hang with me that long, then please feel free to maybe to chime in and help me out. See what I'm doing wrong here with YouTube. All right. Okay. There's the split coming up. We are getting close. I want to make sure I'm on my screen so I can hit that arrow. Give this a go. At this moment, I still don't know what time I have to beat. Where's that starting line? I think I see it right up there. Is that it? Okay, no. A little farther. There it goes. Just missed it. That's a hard one. Okay. Well, I'm going to spin these legs out, catch my breath, and do some screen troubleshooting. So, appreciate those of you that hung in tonight to watch. Hope you enjoyed it. It's definitely fun. I enjoy sprinting. All right. Okay. Well, I think what I'm going to do, I'll go ahead and close out this stream. I'll start another test one to troubleshoot YouTube. But I enjoyed it, folks. I'll catch you out there on Zwift some other time. Take care. Finish strong. And as always, 11:20, pretty good. As always, God bless.